Hi, everybody. It is Black Spring with Autumn here with you on your Wednesday. And I I really need to, I wanted to get on for a few days, but of course, things get a little bit backed up or a little bit behind. However, there's a couple of things that are going on. I wanted to try to do this pretty quickly and pretty clearly. So, for one, it looks like this whole, if we're going if we're still on this trend that we're going away from, dare I say, things from everything prior to 2020, I think is basically what's happening right now. I think all of that is being, obliterated. And they use the CV-19 to do that. And I'm beginning to wonder if every time the phrase "new world" came about, it ultimately had to do with somebody else's demise and the rise of somebody else. Okay. So what I'm saying in that is that many people, including businesses, many different sectors, have allowed, at one point it was about safety, but then it has become about business. People have adapted these practices and they're going to keep them. But I think it's just been more of an impetus to the same people, they're praising. They go from fear to praising someone, or praising some entity for taking something from them. Like, okay, so it's a huge compromise. But then can we not say at some point, is it really even about, to me, I'm just thinking it's not. Most people don't want a sense of, they want to be controlled. They want a leader. They want a representative, because they don't want to make out of fear. Okay, they would rather be controlled. They think they're fearless if somebody else is controlling them or making the rules. So I'm saying all that to say, there's at least most business sectors, most institutions, most entities have reset their own practices based on the CV-19. Okay. But to me, it's a cop out. It's an excuse for some of these businesses or people or practitioners to do what they always wanted to do. If there's a certain service that they wanted to omit or they wanted to do less of, well, what better way to eliminate that than to say that you are, oh, well, since CV-19, or we don't do that anymore. Or, and I'm just thinking, okay, well, are you leaving your house every day? Are you sharing any space? Are you on this planet? Are you still on this planet? Then you are sharing air with people. Whether you're standing over them, whether you're providing a service for them, if you're in an air-conditioned space, you are sharing air, you're recycling air, or either you're taking the risk that your air filter is doing its job. But I'm just saying, you've got people, the same thing that people have pushed against, or that they've feared, they're praising it now. They're embracing it now. And it doesn't matter whether or not it makes logical sense or reason. I mean, you can't reason with an unreasonable or bewitched kind of situation. I really think a lot of people are bewitched to a great extent. I've heard of people talking about the stampedes, and then there's another rapper that's been. Honestly, I don't think this is any less than. I mean, you just had October. I had somebody wish me a happy Halloween. It said, bless you, bless you, and have a happy Halloween. To me, those are oxymorons, or, how can those two things be possible at the same time? Good morning, Marcy T. I'm just saying, and all the dark things that are happening, and these wicked politicians that keep coming out here. Good morning, Fancy Truth. Good morning to you both. Thank you guys so much for coming in. They're all out here trying to tell you that what you're seeing, believe what you are told. Can anybody else see that? This is Marxist communist crap. Just look it up. Just look it up. They are telling you what you're seeing is not real. What you're feeling is not real. They're telling you, they're pissing on you and telling you it's rain. They don't want you, they don't believe in the, shout out to Derek C. Williams when he says they don't believe that fat meat is greasy. They don't. They don't. But I'm just saying, but it's amazing that people will still tolerate this. And then I'm telling you guys, this election crap is absolutely disgusting. Okay. It's disgusting. I talked to a friend of mine not too long ago. He says, I don't know whether it's going to make any difference whether or not there's a D or an R. I said, well, I'm not convinced that it made a difference. And a lot of people, they want to talk about, they bring up the Constitution and they bring up the original foundings and all these things. But listen, everything is not covered in the Constitution. You can't wrap everything up that's going on. That there was some things that they didn't, it's either they were in on it or they didn't do a good job. Because I've heard Joe Biden I've heard many people refer to America as an experiment. And unfortunately, some experiments go well and some experiments don't. And if it's an experiment, then experiments come to an end. I'm just not sure where, you could draw the line wherever you want. You can split hairs over it wherever you want, but you cannot deny that where we are right now is not where we were pre-2020. And my friends, it's far from ever going back there. That's my story. That's my argument. It's far from going back. There will be no reverting. There won't be. And if you think you're going to go out here, if you're going to sit around and you don't think that, I think I told you guys, California's already started sending out ballot information 2 or 3 weeks ago that it's already set up. And even if you wanted to do an absentee ballot, I'm speaking from experience. I'm not telling you what anybody told me. I'm telling you my experience. I couldn't even do an absentee ballot 2 years ago. Because basically the registrar of the city, the county, was saying that's not possible to do. Shout out to you guys that are in the stream. I appreciate you. It's kind of a rant this morning. I'm just saying, why is it? It's amazing that the month of October comes before the big matrix. Is that not real? I'm just saying, is that a coincidence? Before you have this election, you got the month of October and you got the darkest stuff going on. I tell you, the one thing I'm trying to locate this commercial. Pay attention to your commercials on YouTube. Pay attention to the commercials on YouTube. I remember seeing a Saks Fifth Avenue, and trust me, I'm not saying that that's my brand. I'm not saying that's my flavor, okay? I'm just saying I noticed that Saks Fifth Avenue, they came out with a line, and I cannot find that video to save my life. And they had demonic or satanic sweaters. Listen, people. If you don't, I don't know what you believe in. But you gotta have a dark and a light. And I'm telling you right now, there's more darkness out right now. It's absolutely out. What was it? Here's another one of those rappers. Was it Migos or some? I don't know. I don't speak that language. I don't know it. I don't try to speak it. I'm just saying why. It just seems like October had a lot of death in it. And then you've got people on the TV. Was that governor out of New York, or the candidate that's running for governor, or Hochul or whatever? What is she, interim or something? She's basically telling the people, there's no crime here. You live in the safest place you can live in. So it's just more about deceptions, demoralization, and but my bottom line is that they use every single thing that goes into your home to destabilize. They use it. What is that, Jeffrey Dahmer? All of a sudden, most teenagers know, preteens or teenagers know about Jeffrey Dahmer. I've said this before, and that to me, that content to me is not appropriate. It's not, but I'm telling you, it's just a lot. The dark stuff is just they're pushing it out like bullets. It's pumped out every day. And people are like, they can get on TV and just tell you don't have a problem on your subways. You don't have a problem. Your cars are not being hijacked, or you're not being hijacked at Walmart or wherever you're shopping. You're not being robbed at your ATM. They're telling you you're not. But I'm telling you, it's only going to get worse. Because when people say, well, you guys, whether you believe it or not, you just need to go and vote these people out. It's almost like, I think the whole process, the voting, the process, it's almost like a religion. That's another religion. There's things that, to me, that we've got to believe in something, but to me, I don't know, to me, it's not equivalent. It's not equivalent to God or anything. It is not. And it will never be. And I cannot listen to people sit here and I even had, there was a personality that what was it? That Ralph Warnock. He said that voting is a prayer. That is one of the most despicable, blasphemous thing. And he is a, quote, preacher. Okay. I'm saying, just because people have the most influence, they are the ones that are carrying the most deception. Who does a prayer? What's prayerful about a vote? That is, their system is not of God. It's not his system. Okay, so let's just be clear on that. I'll take it or leave it. Oh, good morning, the Samoan Watchman. I'm seriously on a rant. I'm just saying, it's not. To me, they just need to stop. Like I said, people speak half truths and quarter truths and 16th truths all the time. Like I speak to, I say this all the time. People say, oh, my people perish for lack of knowledge, but they won't finish it. They will not finish you, and they will not tell you where to go get it from. And also another thing, people say, oh, don't judge. God says don't judge. Okay, I'm waiting for you to finish that too. Go on and finish it. But you can make your arguments however you want, but you could also be your confirmation bias. We could go out here and look for things that confirm confirm our argument, but that doesn't give it. To me, it's not going to. There's still a line. There's still a line of a discernment there. I say the same thing that people do, like when it comes to some of these issues. They talk about abortion or whatever. They go out and try to find every reason to confirm, to do what they want to do. But they need to ask you for permission, okay? But can I ask the taxpayers for money to do this? I'm telling you guys, The lie is the new truth, okay? And these politicians are no different, and they've been doing it, and they know. I don't care how many heckles, I don't care how many lines or whatever they want to drop right now. It's to me, we're at a standstill. So it's a polluted system, my friends. I think that's my bottom line. How can you have, when they say, oh, it's a free and fair election? Yeah. That part. So I just want to say hello. I'm going to get out of here. Let you guys get your day started. But the pollution is real. I'm beyond, as it's corruption, pollution, okay? Polluted. Hello, Tony. If you're first time in, thank you for coming by Mentally Illest Radio. No, I'm not. Mentally Illest Radio. I'm not. No, I'm not an anarchist. No. Yeah, but we're dealing with a machine. So, yeah. Let's see. Marcy T says, I was just thinking about. Well, I'm hanging in there, Marcy. That's definitely. I'm not going to take very long. I wanted to go into some things about actual economic things, but I'll get into those earlier. Later. I'll get into those later. But I do want to say, that they are this place is being transformed every day. I will say the one nugget that I want to put out really quickly. So what I want to put out really quickly is that even these business models are going down. Like, I saw that, and maybe I saw, some of these, was it Chick-fil-A is going to a 3 day. So you got your Chick-fil-A in 3 days, because people want to work less, So, and I think it's down in Florida where this was initiated. So I can give you the link and all of that stuff later. But yes, I mean, after a while, everybody's going to be, everybody's going to be sitting around at home, finger painting, and, shout out to Marcy T with one of those things on their face. I can be anywhere I want to be in my living room. What do they call it? Those opti things. I will not put that on my face. No, thank you. Please and no. Thank you, but no. I'm just thinking that, yeah, we're going from work less, complain more. That's our new style. Yeah, that. Meta something. Meta demonic. Oh, but seriously, I've got to get going, guys. But have a great rest of your Wednesday, and I'll get in with you guys later. I want to try to get into some other stories, but it looks like I saw a headliner that London has cooked. There's a new super CV19 that's been cooked up in a London lab. So chew on that. But until then, guys, I've got to get going. Have a great rest of your Wednesday, and let's see. Thank you, Marcy T. Mentally Illest Radio. Tony. Let's see. And then I think Simone Watchman was here. All right, guys. And thank you, Fancy Truth, for coming in. I'll catch up with you guys later. And then Fancy Truth said, woe to those who call evil good and good evil, who put darkness for light and light for darkness, who put bitter for sweet, sweet for bitter. Woe to those who are wise in their own eyes and shrewd. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great day.